Okay, let's see, we got sound. Yep, we got sound. Okay. 202. Let's see. F of g of x. That's equal to f of 3 over 2x plus 3. And that's 2 over 3 times 3 over 2x plus 3 plus 2. 2's and 3's cancel. So, that's x plus 2 plus 2. So that's x plus 4. So that's not an inverse. You can see why. There's no minus. There would have to be a minus somewhere, wouldn't there? So, yeah. Okay. 203. F of g of x. That's equal to f of 1 over x plus 1. That's equal to 1 over x plus 1 minus 1. And that's equal to x. G of f of x. That's equal to g of 1 over x minus 1. And that's equal to 1 over x minus 1 plus 1, which equals x minus 1 plus 1, which equals x. So that is an inverse. Okay, let's check the answer while we're working on these. 204, no, 203 inverses, yeah. Okay. Right, let's see, 204. F of g of x, that's f of x minus 1 power third. And that's equal to x minus 1 power third cubed plus 1. So that's equal to x. And then g of f of x, that's equal to g of x cubed plus 1. And g of x cubed plus 1 is x cubed plus 1 minus 1 power third. And that's equal to x. So that is an inverse. Okay, now let's have a look at 205. 205. F of g of x, that's equal to f of minus 1 plus root x. That's equal to minus 1 plus root x squared plus 2 times minus 1 plus root x plus 1, which is equal to 1 minus 2 root x plus x minus 2 plus 2 root x plus 1. Well, those ones cancel that minus 2, and they cancel, and we're just left with the x. G of f of x, that's g of f, so x squared plus 2x plus 1. So that's equal to minus 1 plus the root of x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, that's equal to minus 1 plus the root of x plus 1 squared, which is equal to minus 1 plus x plus 1, which is equal to x. So that is an inverse, but we better just check the domain and range. So the domain here is from minus 1 to infinity. And because this is the same as the function x plus 1 squared, it means that this will be 0 to infinity, which does correspond with this function here needing 0 to infinity and mapping to -1 onwards. So yeah, that story checks out. Okay. 206. F of g of x. That's f of root 4 minus x squared. That is equal to root 4 minus root 4 minus x squared. So that's going to be x, because they'll cancel, the square and the square root cancel. The 4 and -4 will cancel. Minus x is x. G of f of x, that's g of root 4 minus x squared, which is root 4. Oh, they're the same function, yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. It is its own inverse, but we just want to check the domain and range. So we'll have to be from 0 to 2. And 0 to 2, we'll keep this from 0 to 2. Yeah, it looks like it is an inverse. So that's nice. Like, for example, if I calculate f of 1, that will equal root 4 minus 1, which equals root 3. And if I calculate g of root 3, that's equal to root 4 minus 3, which equals 1. So yeah, it seems to check out. Okay, well, we still have sound, that's good. Okay. Okay. Where's our next one here? Okay. I'm not sure. Is this a bit similar to the trig exercise where they kind of want to just use the calculator? Oh, I wonder if they want degrees or radians. Let's have a look at the answers. Doesn't say in the question. Guess it doesn't matter too much, does it? Keep it in radians. So in order to find this, we need to think about the tan of what would equal root 3 over 3. And the answer is pi over 6. Just tan pi over 6, tan 30 degrees. Likewise here, we need to think about the cos of what would equal minus root 2 over 2. Now, if we think about the circle, the range of the arc cos function, cos inverse function, is minus pi over 2 to pi over 2. So we're only in these two quadrants, but it's negative, so we must be in this quadrant here. We note that cos of pi over 4 is root 2 over 2. But, wait, that's not right. I'm so sorry. That's wrong. The range of cos inverse is not those two quadrants. Sorry, that's sine and tan. The range of arc cos are these two quadrants, and we must be over here because we're looking at cos equal to negative. So that there is pi over, okay, so that there is pi over 4. So that means that there is pi over 4. So therefore it will be 3 pi over 4. And we can check this. If you type in cos of 3 pi over 4, you get the answer. And yeah, that all checks out. Okay. Cotan inverse 1. Arc cot 1. Okay. That one's a little bit tricky, but we need to think about when does cotan theta equal 1, which means basically when does tan theta equal 1, because cotan is 1 over tan, but since it's 1, it's the same thing as looking for when tan theta is 1. And the range of tan are these two quadrants, but we must be in the first quadrant for the positive. That's pi over 4. So therefore pi over 4. Okay. So yeah, okay. This one here, when will sine theta equal -1? And that's got to be in the fourth quadrant. But that's actually a special one. -1 is only here at 3 pi over 2. I believe that's right. Oh, but I just said, yeah, that's here, but I just said it has to be in the fourth quadrant. And what I mean also is that you have to give the answer as minus pi over 2 to pi over 2. So it'd be minus pi over 2. So just to recap, this one here, minus pi over 2 to pi over 2, as is this one and this one. The cos one is 0 to pi. So that has to be minus pi over 2 to pi over 2. That one can be 0 to pi. That one is minus pi over 2 to pi over 2. That one has to be minus pi over 2 to the pi over 2. And this one here, when will cos theta equal √3 over 2? That one can be 0 to pi in this quadrant or in this quadrant. But it must be the first one. So, yeah, that's pi over 6. Okay, so let's check the answers here that I do have. 207 is pi over 6. 209 is pi over 4. 213. Oh, I don't have 213, I have 215. Maybe I should finish with those two. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so tan inverse √3. We need to think about when does tan theta equal √3. Therefore, theta is pi over 3. And then we want cos pi over 3. So that's a half then. Okay. So this will be sine, and then that one, we've seen that one, haven't we? That's pi over 4, isn't it? So, then sine, that's not going to change anything. It's going to, It's going to be just pi over 4, isn't it? This is going to be sine pi over 4, which is 1. Okay. Oh, that one will just be pi over 3, won't it? And then the last one, I think the minus will trip things up here. I think this will be minus pi over 6. Let's just check that. So tan theta equals minus pi over 6. And we're in the first and last quadrant. So we must be in the last quadrant. Yeah. Let me think, sorry. I don't know what that is. I don't think. Oh, because the tan and tan inverse are backwards. Yeah. So whatever it is, it'll be some negative number here. And then when you get the tan of that, because it's in this quadrant here, that will be also negative. So they kind of cancel, but the minus doesn't disappear. So fortunately, that's an odd question. I can check the answer. Let's have a look here. 212. 212 looks good to me. But let's have a look at 213. Oh, I don't have the answer for 2. Oh, no, I do have 213. Oh, weird. Why did I write 1? Sine of pi over 4 is root 2 over 2. Why did I write 1? That's so weird. Okay, so that's right now. Sine inverse pi over 3. So, sine inverse sine pi over 3. That's right. And then let's see, 215 minus pi over 6. That's right. Yeah, so these all look okay. Maybe I'll just finish with this one because then that leaves the calculator questions for next time. The Fahrenheit function, the function converts degrees to Fahrenheit. Find the inverse function. Okay, well that's pretty straightforward. So if I just have a C equals 5 over 9 f minus 32, I'll get 9 over 5 C equals f minus 32. So f equals 32 plus 9 over 5 C. So T inverse C equal to f of C equal to 32 plus 9 over 5C. And what is that used for? So it's the opposite. So that's to convert degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. Because the T function here, this that's Fahrenheit to Celsius. That's this function here. It's Fahrenheit to Celsius. So then the T inverse function, which they're calling FC, that would be Celsius to Fahrenheit. So yeah, okay. I think that would be a good place to leave it for today, because then that leaves all the technology questions, quite a few of them actually. So how are we for time? Yeah, 20 minutes on the dot nearly. Perfect. Let's wrap it up for there. Let's wrap it up there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.